Love used as a weapon. Welcome to Tea House Dives, where every drama has something worth appreciating. What if the person you loved most carefully planned the destruction of your entire family? What if every letter you sent, every gift you gave, and every act of devotion became part of a trap? Episode 1 of Ashes to Crown gives us one of the most devastating betrayals in a historical drama. And what's fascinating is that the weapon wasn't an army. It wasn't a sword. It wasn't political power. The weapon was love. Let's dive in and see why this episode is so much more than a simple revenge story. The very first time Zhao meets Yan Lai tells us almost everything we need to know about her character. A crowd is trying to lynch a young man accused of terrible crimes. Everyone around her sees a criminal. She sees a human being. What stands out is that she doesn't simply defend him emotionally, she cites the law. She argues that mob justice is no different from murder. This tells us that she's not reckless. She believes in justice and fairness. Visually, the scene is also very important. She's dressed in bright colors. He is covered in darkness, dirt, and isolation. She appears almost like a light entering his darkest moment. The fact that he keeps looking at her while the crowd continues beating him suggests that this moment will remain with him forever. One of the most important lines in this episode comes at the very end. Father was right. The capital is a devouring cage. At the beginning, Zhao believes the frontier is her prison. She feels ignored. She wants freedom. She wants to connect with her mother's past. The capital represents possibility. But by the end of the episode, she discovers the truth. The frontier uses swords. The capital uses people. Every smile has a purpose. Every relationship has value. Every act of kindness can be weaponized. This is the lesson her father understood all along. The central theme of this episode is the weaponization of love. Xun never defeats General Chu through military force. He defeats him through Zhao. Her letters convince her father to come. Her invitation brings him to the capital. Her trust lowers his guard. Her love becomes the bridge through which he destroys the entire clan. This is why the betrayal feels so painful. The things that Zhao treasured most become the tools of her family's destruction. In the capital, affection is not protection. Affection is currency. The jujube cakes may be the most heartbreaking symbol in the episode. Every month, Zhao sends them to her father. They represent love, family, filial devotion, connection. Then Shin reveals that they were poisoned. Something created from pure love becomes associated with death. The sweetest thing in her life becomes toxic. That perfectly reflects what happened to her entire relationship with him. One of my favorite pieces of symbolism involves the color red. At the temple, Zhao hangs a red ribbon. She's wishing for happiness, marriage, a future together. Later, he strangles her with red silk. The same color that once represented love now represents death. The visual message is devastating. The dream she wished for became the thing that killed her. Everything she hoped would save her became the instrument of her destruction. Just before the wedding, the temple bell falls. Traditionally, bells symbolize harmony between heaven, earth, and humanity. When a bell falls, balance is broken. Many viewers see this as a simple bad omen. I think it could also be more than that. The bell falls at the exact moment Zhao is celebrating her future. Heaven is warning her that the future she believes in is already collapsing. The rebellion, the throne, the betrayal, the destruction of her family, it's all coming. The giant Weiqi board may be the most important scene in the episode. During her first life, Zhao thought she was making choices. But now she realizes she was simply a piece on someone else's board. He was the player. She was the piece. The second timeline changes everything. Now she knows the rules. Now she knows the future. Now she understands the game. The Weiqi board is telling us that this story is no longer about survival. It is about strategy. The pawn has become a player. Another fascinating symbol is the two-sided robe. The robe represents Zhao's transformation. On the outside, she must remain the loving fiancée. In the inside, she has become someone entirely different. She now carries two identities: the innocent woman who loves Shane and the strategist determined to destroy him. The old Zhao died with her family. The new Zhao was born inside the Weiqi board. What makes him terrifying is not his cruelty, it's his patience. He spent years building trust, years creating the image of a loving husband, years governing well, years making everyone believe in him. The terrifying part is that much of it may have been genuine, but ambition always came first. The moment he reveals that he used her love to lure her father into a trap, his mask finally falls away. The gentle prince disappears. The emperor remains. Episode 1 of Ashes to Crown is ultimately about choices. Zhao believes she made the wrong choice every single time. She trusted the wrong man. She misunderstood her father. She walked willingly into the capital's cage. But fate gives her another chance. This time, she knows the board, she knows the players, and she knows exactly how the game ends. The question now is simple: can she change the future? Or will she become exactly the same kind of strategist as the man she wants to destroy? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, thank you for stopping by the tea house, and I'll see you in the next deep dive.